Welcome to the League of Women Voters of Snohomish County Forum. We are focusing on candidates who will appear in the primary election. This forum is for candidates for the City of Lynnwood Council position number 2. I'm your moderator, Vicki Roberts Gassler, member and past president of the League. Our candidates for City of Lynnwood Council position 2 are Don Goff, Patrick Decker, and Naz Lashgari. The League has, as always, invited all the candidates. Don Goff will not be participating in this forum, and Ms. Lashgari is not able to access her video at this time. The League thanks all the candidates running for office for their willingness to serve the community if elected and for participating in this forum. It is the policy of the League to be nonpartisan. Therefore, we neither endorse nor oppose candidates or parties. We do take positions on issues which we have studied and on which we have reached consensus. Ground rules for this forum were sent ahead of time to all candidates. Let me briefly explain the question and answer period rules. The first 3 questions have been shared with the candidates. They are designed as an introduction to each candidate's qualifications and strengths. I will pose the questions. Each candidate will have 60 seconds to respond to each question. The 4th and final question will allow a 90-second answer. We are using a countdown timer that is visible to all candidates. It shows elapsed time, signaling when there are 15 seconds left and when time is up. Time limits on answers will be strictly enforced. When you see the timer turn red and hear the chime, you're done. The order of the questions. I will change the starting order of each question, alternating between the 2 candidates. The order for the first question will be Mr. Decker and then Ms. Lashgari. So let's begin. The first question goes to Mr. Decker. What are the major responsibilities of this office and what skills are needed to perform them well? Mr. Decker.
Thank you. I think first and foremost, our responsibility is to understand the needs and wants of the community, from bike lanes to housing to parks to the facilities. What do we need to protect, preserve, and improve to ensure the quality of life for our residents? The second is an understanding what the future holds for Lynnwood. What changes are being made at the state, the federal, the county level that are going to impact our city? An example of that is the Blake decision that was recently passed by the state Supreme Court. We've had to modify our Lynnwood municipal code to align with what the Supreme Court has ruled in that opinion. And that's meant some impact to our city and how our law enforcement is able to do their jobs. Another example is the construction of the Light Line terminus that's coming into Lynnwood. That's going to bring huge opportunity for growth, but it has to be very carefully managed or it will get ahead of us and we'll see consequences we're not looking for. So listening to the people, planning ahead, and looking at what's coming towards us.
Thank you very much. Ms. Lashgari. And you can unmute and answer the question.
Yes, thank you. So for me, the major responsibilities of this office, it is very important for this position in City of Lynnwood to be proactive in fulfilling the community's vision. As you all know, Lynnwood is growing at a very rapid rate, and I think managing that growth is essential in understanding this position. As Patrick said, with the terminus of the light rail coming to Lynnwood, there is going to be a lot of management of job growth and economic opportunities that we can bring to that city, which I think is at the forefront of our city to bring affordable housing with good paying jobs for a community that is growing and thriving. It is very important for me to be an advocate of my community members and make sure that we are doing what the community's vision is.
Thank you. Ms. Lashgari, you're going to be the first one for the second question, which is, what are 2 or 3 major issues that need to be addressed by the Lynnwood City Council?
one of the most important values that I think needs to be addressed by the city council is the importance of trust and respect within the city council. I believe currently our city council needs to work together more cohesively and to have more trust and respect moving forward, to be managing the most important part, which is this growth that is coming to our city. The traffic issue is something that is an issue for the Lynnwood residents, which again is under the managing of the growth, because with growth, all of these comes forward. Safety is another issue, but again, for me, the most important part of all this aspect for the 2-3 major issues is economic equity and making sure that the people have good paying jobs so that they can have access to affordable housing and have access to all services.
Thank you. Mr. Decker, 2 or 3 major issues that need to be addressed.
Great, thank you. Housing certainly is and continues to be a major issue in Lynnwood, has been for, I think decades. When I was on the Planning Commission, we struggled with this. The light rail is going to exacerbate this. We have a new demographic coming into Lynnwood, one that we really haven't seen too much of. We need to make sure that we are building the type of housing that attracts those types of individuals, but we also have to make sure we have the jobs so that they can not only live in Lynnwood, but they can have a great job here where they have a career and don't have to necessarily do a long commute. For me, the second important issue really is community safety. I've been here long enough that I remember when crime in Lynnwood was almost unheard of. It was such a seldom thing that occurred. Now, personal property theft is almost common. You hear about it every single day. I am and will continue to be a huge advocate of our law enforcement, making sure they get financially supported and that we take care of them in our community and we value their service to ensure Lynnwood is a safe place for all of our residents.
Thank you. Third question, starting with Mr. Decker. What qualifications and experience make you a strong candidate?
Well, I've been in the city for 35 years. I moved here in 1985. My family lives here. My sons are here with me. They're attending University of Washington, but they live at home. I really do live the city, and I want to make sure that this city is a city where people love to raise their families. Ideally, my sons will choose to live here and I can hang out with my grandkids and do the weekend activities with them. I was on the Planning Commission for many years. In fact, served as 2 years as chair of the Planning Commission. More recently, I was on the Civil Service Commission, working with the law enforcement. I am now City Council liaison to the Planning Commission. And I think, as you're aware, I was appointed to the City Council just a short time ago. Out of a pool of 30 candidates through the interview process, the City Council felt like I had the best experience and the most knowledge about the city in order to bring good decision-making and common sense to the city. Additionally, my family is mixed race. I understand how important inclusivity is, and I'm going to ensure that all voices of our community are heard and that they have an opportunity to bring their great ideas.
Thank you. Ms. Nashdari, what qualifications and experience make you a strong candidate?
I bring in over 20 years of leadership management in the healthcare field. In the last 4 years, I have been either the chair or the vice chair of diversity, equity, and inclusion for City of Lynnwood, during which time I spearheaded the All Are Welcome campaign, created the race and social coordinator position for the DEI, worked with the police department to remove barriers for our undocumented immigrants in the area. And mostly I have established relationship with state legislators who have endorsed me, such as Representative Cindy Rio, Senator Solomon, and Representative Lauren Davis. I have worked diligently with the city in the last 4 years as the chair of diversity, equity, and inclusion to make sure that our city is a welcoming city where all are welcome.
Thank you. For this final question, you will have 90 seconds to answer. This is the one that will allow you to Tell us what we've neglected to ask you that you would like to bring to our attention. So, starting with Ms. Leshgary, 90 seconds.
Well, I wouldn't say you've neglected to bring it to us, but I think the most important things that both Patrick and I mentioned are the management of the growth of our city and the safety. But one of the most important things that we need to talk about is how can the city council be supportive of the community members? How can we make sure that we can be of service to the members of our community and be able to serve everybody? In my experience, making sure that everybody is heard, regardless of a country of origin, sexual orientation, or any of the barriers that people might feel that they're not being looked at. It's very important for us to work together cohesively, bringing up unity together and bring trust and respect back into our city council to make sure that we are working together in managing this growth. I think this is a very exciting time for Lynnwood, and I think Mayor Nicholas Smith has done a fantastic job in the last 8 years for our city to make sure that we are at a very good operational and organizational excellence. And I really would like us to continue on that path to make sure, again, to be a safe, welcoming, and livable city where all are welcome. I continue to say that.
Thank you. Mr. Decker, what have we neglected to ask that you would like to bring to our attention?
What I would like to share is a question that was posed to me as the city council was considering appointment to the council, and that is, how do we improve citizen involvement or increase citizen involvement in local governance? How do we get more people interested? We have boards and commissions that are unfilled because we don't have enough individuals interested. I think the answer to this is that we have to remember that our role on the city council is that we are civil servants. This isn't a job to me. This isn't an opportunity to make some extra income. This is, for me, the importance of serving the people of this community. And that means going out and understanding them. I met with an individual this afternoon, a business owner, homeowner, resident, and they had some concerns about the way when they come to City Hall, about the way that they sometimes are addressed or how their concerns are met in City Hall. And I've heard this elsewhere as well. I think that the City Council, we need to be old school, old style, small town city council where we're out on the streets, we're meeting people, we're in the parks, we get to know people, they get to know us, and we build a relationship where the people of this community feel like they can trust us. They can share with us where they want to go, what their vision is, what they'd like to see changed. And they know that they can do that, and we will respect their vision. We will respect their ideas, not just respect it, but truly, deeply appreciate them helping us understand how the city can serve them better and where they would like the city to go so that we can put the planning and the laws in place to make that happen.
Thank you. This concludes our forum. A recording of the forum will be available on the League of Women Voters of Snohomish County website and on our YouTube channel. And the audio version will be aired on KSER 90.7 FM. You can find the full schedule of candidate forums at our website, lwvsnoho.org. We encourage you to explore additional information about these and all candidates. The Snohomish County voter pamphlet will be mailed to residences starting on July 14th. Primary election ballots will be mailed on July 15th, and Election Day is August 3rd. Please vote. Again, thank you all for joining us.